550 Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
Yep.
And you at 512-836-0590.
Oh, yeah.
Check this out. An audit finds ongoing delays, data problems for the Development Services Department of Austin. This sounds like a broken record here, man. Yeah, the Office of City Auditor has found the city's Development Services Department is still failing to meet on-time and customer satisfaction goals in its permitting process, even after making changes suggested back in 2015 in a report that found profound problems with the local planning and development process.
Wow.
This affects economies. This affects the affordability issue. Yeah, this audit also found that Development Services still has issues with its data collection methods for building plans, which made it unable to track review times or identify what parts of the review contributed to delays that have become a frequent complaints in the building and development community. The Zucker report, it produced 462 recommendations for how to improve customer satisfaction by shortening the review process and addressing portions of the city code that are seen as prolonged, maybe stretching things out most often. Well, the bulk of those recommendations were directed towards Development Services, which was split off from the Planning and Zoning Department in a reorganization following that Zucker report. And according to the City Council's Audit and Finance Committee, they adopted the audit at their last meeting, on Wednesday, where members expressed concerns over the lingering issues with the Development Services, which is expected to move into a new building next year. This is an ongoing problem. Developers, contractors, they've been complaining about this for years, and it appears things really haven't improved over there at City Hall on this front.
Very hard to understand why it's taken so long to fix this issue. I understand how maybe things can back up a little bit and they find themselves shorthanded and the process isn't working like it should, but the fact that it's taken so long to try to figure this out and they still haven't done it. I don't get it.
Well, it's taken them so long to deal with traffic issues. It's taken them so long to beef up the ranks of our police department. It's taken them so long to deal with, the homeless crisis. We could go on and on and on. Here's a quote from one city council member. It was disturbed and disappointed by the information in this audit. It was my impression from previous meetings and briefings of the departments that they were on an improvement track and making steady progress. That's what Allison Alter said. And since it came out of the council, she says, we have invested in DSD, buying a brand new building, which is not operational yet. We made major investments last year to staffing. So it was disappointing to receive this audit that they're still dragging their feet on many of these issues.
I know the economy's doing well here, but it sounds like it could be doing a hell of a lot better than it's already doing.
Yeah, you would think so.
Yeah.
All right, jump in here at 5.
Todd and Don Show. We're live. Join the conversation.
Mopac 360.
836-0590. Now, here are Todd and Don.
605, Todd Jeffries and Don Pryor.
How about that?
Here on the Todd and Don Show. I want to begin with something a little spooky. Just got a phone call from somebody driving in the Mopac Far West area over that direction.
Mopac 360.
Mopac 360.
Yeah, near Barton Creek.
Some sort of green flash in the sky.
What?
What the hell was it?
What?
If you're out there in that area and you saw the green flash, we'd love to hear from you at 512-836-0590. Could have been anything. Could have been anything.
I'm ready. Whatever it is, I'm ready.
Could have been anything.
It could have been anything.
I mean, a wide variety of things.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
All right, 512-836-0590.
Thank me.
Thank you so much for joining us here on the Todd and Don Show.
Good to have you.
Have you heard about this new University of Texas study? It finds a correlation between anti-police rhetoric and the willingness of some officers to be proactive while on the job. Yeah, this study surveyed 183 cops, as well as 238 firefighters, and found that those who felt disconnected from the public were far less likely to take a proactive approach to their jobs.
Oh, man.
Now, the study's authors say that they want to highlight the support of first responders actually have and find a way to improve the public image. It's been a bad problem, and it's really starting to boil over now. I mean, this war on cops has been ongoing for years.
Right.
But now that you see the videos of cops being pelted with water bombs and things like that, and you saw, up there in Philadelphia, when all those police officers were responding to the scene of that standoff with that felon that tried to kill 6 police officers, shooting 6 of them in that standoff in Philly, you could see the video of these officers wearing their uniforms walking to that scene, being pushed, taunted, things thrown at them.
Come on.
In video. It's a pretty interesting study. This study at the University of Texas, it's I want to serve, but the public does not understand. It's pro-social motivation, an image of discrepancy and proactivity in public safety. This was conducted by the McCombs Assistant Professor of Management, Shafila Patel, along with David Lebel, the University of Pittsburgh. They found that officers were less likely to proactively build relationships with the community members and help solve their problems if they feel that the public does not understand the difficulties of the job. Jump in here at 512-836-0590.
The crisis.
Here's a quote. When a proactive officer sees something that is happening in a local neighborhood, they get out of the patrol car, go help somebody, even though they don't need to, and nobody's actually watching them. Patel says that, but being less proactive would mean taking a less active role while on that shift and basically only doing what your boss tells you to do.
It's a crisis. I mean, number one, there have far fewer people wanting to be cops. That used to be a lifelong dream for so many kids. That was the goal, become a cop. Now it's become this whole other thing, and obviously the bottom line is the world becomes a lot less safe. That's what it is. We're going to be less protected because the cops are afraid to do so.
Now, I'm going to post this story on the on my Facebook page at Todd Jeffries. It's a pretty interesting read. You got to check it out, especially if you're a police officer. We'd love to get your reaction to it as well.
Yeah.
Actually, let's put this on the News Radio KLBJ Facebook page, where you can weigh in on it as well. It is 6:09. Time for the Rush Update. From the world of the weird, the unusual, the offbeats, some odds and ends, some things that are out there that you may want to know about. Maryland court shoots down a cop's right to search a suspect who smells like the reefer, the weed, the devil's cabbage. Mm-hmm. Now, while Maryland has not gone so far as legalizing recreational marijuana, it's taken another step in that direction by limiting the rights of police officers who catch that odor of weed. In a vote of 7-0, the State Court of Appeals has ruled that the odor of marijuana does not constitute enough probable cause for police officers to search a person. Yeah, the ruling comes 5 years after Maryland decriminalized marijuana by making possession up to 10 grams a minor offense, punishable by a $100 fine. Oddly enough, the new ruling does not apply to vehicle searches. That means police officers who smell the pot, the reefer, the devil's cabbage, they will be allowed to search your vehicle, but not the people inside.
Well, I don't think there's any mistaking the smell of pot. I think it is generally, if you smell pot, it's because you're smelling pot. I don't know. Some people do have BO sometimes that maybe kind of is a little reminiscent of pot. Maybe some people have been around someone who was smoking a pot, so they reek a little bit.
Yeah.
That's what the kids call it, reeking.
Right.
That's what they're saying. And
I think the kids said that in the 80s, but okay.
Actually, in the 70s.
Did they?
Yes, they did. But
what?
Usually, I think cops know what they're dealing with. I think they know exactly what they're seeing and what they're smelling.
Absolutely, they know.
Yeah,
absolutely. No, officer. It was a skunk.
Yeah.
I was sprayed by a skunk a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
You just haven't gotten
well,
around.
Maybe you should take a shower.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Cops are not stupid.
Yeah.
Most of them.
Don't do it in your car.
No.
Don't be smoking the pot in your car.
No.
You dummy.
No, you can wait.
Yeah.
You can wait.
Get home if you're going to be doing that.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
Listen, some tips on how to avoid being breadcrumbed. You know what this is? Breadcrumbed. You ever heard of this?
I have no idea.
This is pretty interesting. Move over, ghosting. Now the word is breadcrumbing. It's the latest dating term to make its way into the workplace vernacular. Yeah, if you are being breadcrumbed at office, that means you're strung along. Then it's likely you're not receiving the regular feedback. Your ideas are not getting much encouragement, or you routinely are being promised a promotion, but it just fails to materialize. It's called breadcrumbing at the office.
That makes sense.
To overcome the empty promises, they say ask your manager for some honest feedback and establish a clear timeline for promotions. And you could also quit.
There's that too.
Yeah.
There's looking at
you
other
can go
careers.
find another job where they do respect you.
Maybe you shouldn't be where you are. Maybe
if you're not getting the respect you think you deserve, change jobs.
Well, it's true. Yeah, a lot of people are being breadcrumbed for years and years, and they're frustrated and unhappy, and they've kind of forgotten. You probably have other options out there.
Yeah.
So
maybe it's not going to happen for you at that job. Maybe you need to move on. That sort of thing. That's breadcrumbing, Don, in the workplace.
Throwing your crumbs.
You ever feel like you've been breadcrumbed here? I don't want you to feel that way.
I have never felt that way.
Alyssa, you ever
No.
felt like you've been breadcrumbed here? She's rolling her eyes.
She just passed out.
She just rolled her eyes.
Fell
at
back
us.
in her
Look
chair.
at that. Well, no, listen. Hey, Alyssa, we don't hear every idea you have.
It's not you.
We only latch on to the ones that we like.
I've
That's
always
all.
felt that my ideas are welcome and encouraged. I've never given any.
That's true.
I've never offered any.
That's true.
But I've always felt if I did.
You've never been an idea guy. That's not, hey.
I'm not a big idea guy.
That's not a knock on you.
No. It's some people are. You're an idea guy.
I'm an idea guy.
Yeah.
You're not an idea guy.
I'm kind of an in-the-moment guy.
That's why it's a perfect marriage.
We're perfect harmony.
Yeah.
Exact. Well, we're perfect, not harmony, but.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. So.
There you go.
We're coming up on Under the Covers time.
Yeah, we got plenty of time for
that.
that.
Do we?
Yeah,
Are we okay?
Yeah. You know how this works, right? You may give you a radio lesson?
No.
We take a break at 6:56.
Right.
And we're going to go under the covers in your exclusive hard to reach interview coming up. And so we got about 4 more minutes before we get to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss this one because this one is kind of extraordinary.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, we're going to get into this a little bit later this morning. How should service workers be compensated? Yeah, high-profile controversy about tipping delivery workers and the national debate on minimum wage are among the factors that have made that question a constant subject of interest. Some restaurant owners have responded by eliminating tipping altogether. Danny Meyer, he owns a restaurant. He tells LinkedIn that the merit of your performance is what you should be paid for and what you should be hired for as well. He's an owner. Over 4 million Americans are estimated to be tipped workers. Should tipping remain a normal thing or something that should be eliminated?
Let me ask you this.
You can ask me anything. I'm an open book.
Thank you. What do you do for buffets? Let's say you go to we got an Indian food buffet quite a bit.
What's the name of the place?
It is
Bombay Indian food is great.
It is Star of India.
Star of India.
Star of India on Anderson Lane is fantastic. Yes, regular haunt.
They got the Hunan bread. Naan bread?
Naan
bread.
Naan bread, yeah. Hunan.
I don't know where it came from.
Hunan bread.
Right.
No, it's naan bread. Yeah. So what do you do? What do you do for because?
Well, what do you do? You're a grown ass adult. What do you do?
I do 10%.
Even at a buffet?
I do 10 for a what? Yeah, I do 10 for a buffet. But that is given if someone is you still have someone that's bringing you drinks, refilling your drinks, and that kind of thing. So I do tip at a buffet.
Yeah, I get in trouble for over tipping. I overtip all the time. I get in trouble big time. The wife, she manages all the finances. What the hell are you doing? She says.
Well, I mean, do you do?
Because I'll give the Sonic girl a $10 tip. I will.
Well,
I will.
Well, I mean, that's
because I believe in making,
admirable.
I just believe in making a person's day.
I do too. I tend to maybe tip a little bit too much. I always do 20. That's the standard for me.
If the service is great, I go straight 20.
Yeah.
And then I round it up too. I round it up a few bucks if necessary.
Yeah. I don't mind over tipping at all. But I'm also not above. Sorry, you're getting 5% if you sucked.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Wow.
I'll penalize. I'll punish.
You start at 20 and you start taking off.
Yeah.
Or you told me a story one time. Your dad used to stack money on the table and remove a dollar bill or so. Was that you that said that story? Your dad had a tipping theory, didn't he?
Mm-mm.
You told me a story about that one
Not
time.
me.
He had a commentary on tipping.
Not me.
Was
he
it
might
you?
have had a commentary on
was.
tipping. I don't remember.
Maybe that's what it was. It's some kind of commentary.
Again, he spent more time with you than me. So he was always saying, why can't you be more like Todd?
It's interesting you say that. I saw a video of your brother catching a fish down on the beach.
Yeah, Dane.
Big old redfish.
Yeah.
Why can't you be cool like him?
I don't know.
Why can't he's the smarter, the better looking, and the cooler, more adventurous prior that I've ever met.
Always been the most focused, the most stable, and the most goal oriented.
Well, while he's out there fishing in retirement, you've been going under the covers. Hard to reach exclusive interviews. Who are we talking to today?
I thought it'd be a good time to sit down with none other than Chris Cuomo.
Oh, Fredo.
After his, listen to this. Welcome to another installment of Under the Covers with Don Pryor. My guest this week is CNN anchor Chris Cuomo. Chris has had a controversial few days after a video was released of him in an altercation with an individual who had just called him a Fredo. Well, here's a little bit of what happened.
From the right, call me Fredo. My name is Chris Cuomo. I'm an anchor on CNN. Fredo is from The Godfather. He was that weak brother.
Isn't that your brother?
And they use it as an Italian aspersion. Any of you Italian? Are you Italian? It's an insult to your people. It's an insult to your people. It's like the N-word for us.
Wow. Chris, thanks for being here today. How you doing?
Okay.
Well, glad to hear you're okay. Listen, this guy calls you a Fredo. Why did you really let that get to you? Why did you take that so personally?
Getting beaten up too much.
Really?
Men can be victims.
Well, are you okay? Did you get hurt? Or
Little scratch.
Oh, that's good. Well, a lot of people I've heard support you, backed you up on this, and a lot of people maybe think that you were kind of acting like a Fredo.
Okay.
I mean, what does your family think? What does your wife think?
Oh, my family's good with this. If it's a man,
Okay. Okay.
I spoke to my wife and my kids are.
They were cool with it.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, but I got to be honest with you. I think a lot of people out there do think you're kind of a Fredo. I mean,
I have no reason to believe that.
Well, I don't know. A lot of people are.
This stupid misperception.
Well, I mean,
I don't get that.
Maybe it's because when you're on the air, frankly, you sometimes look like an emotional woman, like you're always going to cry or something.
That's usually not the case, right?
No, kind of is. I mean, and women cry a lot.
It's not always women.
Well, no, I mean.
Yes, men can be victims.
Yeah, you already said that. You know what I'm going to say right now? You are Fredo.
Shut up.
I think you are.
Shut up.
You shut up.
That is ignorance to the point of incompetence.
Fredo.
Just be quiet.
Want to fight?
When?
When I get off work.
So silly.
I don't care.
Where?
Behind the building.
How?
Our bare hands.
Okay.
Fredo.
More.
Fredo.
More.
The Todd and Don Show.
Now's a great time to